Hi everyone, welcome back to Brain Dump. I'm Kai. Today we're going to be talking about change, which is a really scary thing, but it's also the best fucking thing ever. Change, especially at this age, adjusting to the real world, it's so terrifying and it happens so fast. There was a time in my life where I wanted to die. Correction, there have been many times in my life where I wanted to die, but in the moment of wanting to die, I never thought that would change. I thought that I was broken and that I'd always have to fall asleep praying that I wouldn't wake up every single day. So, contrary to popular belief, I have feelings too, Before I valued myself, I didn't let myself have feelings that conflicted with other people's lives. That just wasn't something I was about to burden onto somebody else. And that's also the people pleaser in me. The most recent time I wanted to die was kind of the turning point to my suicidalness. And I've had suicide on my mind since I was 12 years old. But this most recent time, I realized that the reason I wanted to die was because of other people. And that opened my eyes. And this was the reasoning that was going through my mind. Because if I die, people can't hate me anymore. Who hates someone that's dead? And that's fucking sad. And when that thought crossed my mind, I genuinely had an oh shit moment. Like, I will not base my willingness to live off of what other people think of me. That's not fair to myself. And I used to do everything in my power to stop change from happening. And that's why I think I've gotten myself into doing stupid shit, because I'm so scared of what life will look like if this certain thing changes. I think the biggest example of this was when I graduated high school. All I wanted to do was go back to high school. But now, I would never, ever want to go back to that. And, lucky for me, that time in my life is over, so I don't have to worry about it anymore. After I realized, fuck, I am not in high school anymore. I'm an adult and I need to start acting like one. I started going through actual self-discovery, which really helped me find myself and find out the ways that I need to make myself happy. I realized if I continued to do what I was doing, I would continue getting what I was getting. And that's literally the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different outcome. I had to make the hard changes in order to change components in my life that I didn't like. So in my psychology class, we're learning about something called the trans-theoretical model of change. And when I was thinking about huge changes in my mind, I saw how these 5 steps played into them, without fail. Every single scenario I thought of included these steps. So step number 1 is pre-contemplation. This is when you're not even thinking about changing the behavior and you don't see a problem with it. Step number 2 is contemplation, when you finally wake up and go, shit, this is not good for me. But that's the only part of this stage. You don't do anything. You're just kind of at that oh shit moment. Step number 3 is the preparation stage. This is when you start organizing your thoughts and create a plan for how you're going to change this. Step number 4 is action. This is when you finally get to the action stage. There's a huge risk of relapse, but that's all a part of the process, and you're going to have setbacks. Step number 5 is maintenance, and this one, in my opinion, is the toughest part because it lasts the longest. You have to stay consistent, and you have to be honest with yourself. I feel like for a long time I would lie to myself to make myself feel better, and once I learned to be honest with me, I realized different things that I was doing that weren't good for me at all, and it also opened my eyes to see how much I was hurting people. A change that I've made recently that has brought me more peace than I thought it would was privating my Instagram account. I went without social media for 6 or 7 months last year, and the only thing I have now is Instagram. That's the only thing I re-downloaded. I don't think I'm gonna re-download Snapchat or TikTok. I'm not kidding, my daily screen time is no more than 45 minutes a day. I don't know when I would find the time to be on those apps, when I try to use my time in a better way now, rather than scrolling constantly, There was a person that I had never met before, that it was just quote-unquote the girl I was told not to worry about when I was with my ex, and that's just plain and simple. So this person would view my story since I re-downloaded my Instagram back in November. This person wasn't following me. I really had no connection with them, but without a doubt, every time I'd post something on my story, they would be the first view. And it's just weird that this person would go out of their way to search for my account. I was a little creeped out, so I decided I'm not going to be accessible to that person anymore, so I privated my account. I was talking to my therapist about this, and not everyone should have access to me. If I don't want someone seeing what I'm doing, I can decline that request now. And it feels good knowing that this person doesn't have constant access to what I'm doing, because they don't need that. They don't deserve that. Something I had a hard time with for a while was trying to shut off my thoughts, which isn't healthy. When a specific memory is in your mind every single day, those thoughts would make me cringe, and I would try everything I could to push them away, but you have to ask yourself, where is this taking place? It's within me. Who's cringing at these thoughts? I am. Who's imagining this? I am. I have to reassure myself that all of these thoughts and this overthinking, it's all coming from within me, and I am capable of changing that. And I'm capable of shifting my energy to where I want it to go. Because I've been learning not to fight change, because I've done that in the past, but try to remember that you have your own mind, and you're capable of changing your thoughts. That's something I've been so fascinated with lately, just our brains, and neuroplasticity is what helps us adapt to different life scenarios, and I think it's so fucking cool. A great way to make change is to set goals, and I think setting goals really helps me find direction if I feel like my life isn't going anywhere, and that was a problem for me over Christmas break because I had nothing to do because school was out, and I just felt like I was doing absolutely nothing with my life besides door dashing and playing my PS5. Yeah, but now that I've gotten back into a routine with school, it gives me a sense of direction somewhat. So I wanted to go over some of my short-term goals for the year. So here are my short-term goals. Some of these are like, I have to work towards them, but others are just, I want to do it. So, get another tattoo. Get all A's in spring semester. That is, like, I'm doing that. Don't let me fucking slack. I'm going to get all A's. I want to read 25 books this year, which I think is doable, because I think I read like 40 last year. Make some friends. Yes. Save at least $1,000, which I'm going to do as well. Release more music. Yes. New album coming out on my birthday. I want to go to Shaky Knees Festival. I don't know if that's going to happen, but we'll see. I want to sing at an open mic night. I think that would be so fucking fun. Do something that scares you every day. Next is reach 145 pounds. That's just a personal goal of mine, because I need to gain some goddamn weight. I want to go on a solo trip, and I want to volunteer more this year. The book of the week is The Holy Shit Moment by James Fell, and that probably sounds so familiar because I've been saying holy shit moment throughout like this entire episode, because there are so many holy shit moments that we have like every single day without even realizing it. I think the psychology behind the moments leading up to that holy shit moment is so fucking interesting. So yeah, I would recommend it. It's a really good book. Alright, songs of the week: Cigarette Daydream by Cage the Elephant, Call It What You Want by Taylor Swift, Talk Too Much by Renee Rapp, Colors of You by Baby Queen, and Unbearable Why by Dr. Dog. Thanks for listening, guys. Remember, you're loved, you're valued, you're appreciated, and nothing changes if nothing changes. So, remember that. Okay, bye.